Children, in this lecture we are going to learn about northern plains, another geographical feature of India. Earlier we have studied about Himalayan mountains, the mountainous geographical feature, and today we will learn about flatlands. Right, children? Northern plains we are saying, as we have plains in other areas also, but in this lecture we will learn about the areas that fall in north part, right? So children, plains, as we know that plain areas are always most comfortable region. They are comfortable to live, for better living conditions. They are very comfortable for growing crops or to build a house. They are very comfortable in traveling also. So children, what are the areas that we are going to study in northern plains? That is from Punjab to Assam. Right, children? As we know that Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and some parts of Uttarakhand, Bihar, West Bengal and Assam, these all the states lie in the north part of India and they are plain. Children, these plains are very populous or populated, you can say, because everybody likes to live in plain areas as for their easy life, right? And why the life is easy here? Because the plains are very fertile. Fertile means so many crops or every kind of crop can be grown here. They are very fertile. Fertile means the land is so good to grow crops. You can grow any kind of plant here. And they are fertile because of the river Ganga. Children, when the rivers flow from higher side to lower side, they bring silt with them. Silt means, you can say, some soil particles, some you can say stone particles, or some you can say rotten things with them, that is get deposited in plain areas, and they get mixed with the soil there and becomes a very fertile land, that is called alluvial. That is called alluvial soil. Alluvial soil is very fertile soil that is very good to grow crops, right? And most of the part of northern plains are made up by Ganga. That's why we call it Gangetic plains also, यानी कि गंगा से बनाया हुआ प्लेन, गंगा का बनाया हुआ प्लेन, right? Most of the northern plains जो हैं बेटे, children, they are made up of from the rivers like Ganga, Yamuna, Ghagra, Gandak, Kosi and Brahmaputra. These all rivers originate from Himalayas and come to these areas and deposit their silt there in the form of alluvium. And alluvium, when alluvium get mixed with the land there, it becomes alluvial soil. Right, children? Now come to the another rivers, Chambal, Betwa and Son. Chambal, Betwa and Son and other rivers also there that originate from Peninsular Plateau. Peninsular Plateau, children, the center part of India is called Peninsular Plateau, and plateau because The Indian center part is somewhat table like. Plateau means table land, that is higher land, right? So some of the rivers like Chambal, Betwa and Son originate from there and makes plain in Uttarakhand and Bihar, like that, right children? So alluvium is the silt brought by these rivers and made northern plains with alluvial soil, right children? When this alluvium get mixed with the land, it becomes alluvial soil. Secondly, this area has plenty of rainfall, children, because land is fertile and crop need rainfall also. So in these areas, plenty of rainfall is received. So all the conditions are very useful for crops or very suitable. It is divided into 3 river basins. These area, or you can say northern जो part है, northern plains है, they are divided into 3 river basins. First is Satluj, second Ganga and Brahmaputra. These 3, Satluj basin, Ganga basin and Brahmaputra basin. Basin children, as I have told you, basin means the areas that are made up of by the silt that is deposited here by these rivers. Basins, as you can define it, the total area drained by a river and its tributaries. Tributaries means children the small river that joins the another river. The Satluj basin. Let's read about Satluj basin. Satluj river along with its tributary joins the Indus river in Pakistan. Right children? Satluj, that means Satluj river just comes from Himalayas and just go to Pakistan side and join Indus river there. Right? Then Satluj river. Why the Satluj basin is so important children? Because dam is built there, Bhakhra Nangal dam. Actually children, Bhakhra and Nangal, these are 2 dams, but sometimes termed as single, Bhakhra Nangal. But Bhakhra is separate and Nangal is separate. Bhakhra is upward and Nangal is some downstream of Bhakhra. It is in Punjab and it is in hilly areas. Bhakhra you can say in Himachal Pradesh, and Nangal is mostly or you can say in Punjab, right? Children, why Bhakhra dam? What is the importance of Bhakhra dam? That it was built just to stop as the floods were very regular in these areas. So to stop those floods, Bhakhra Nangal dam, these 2 dams were built there, and so many things can be done by these dams, like for irrigation. Water is used for irrigation and for generating electricity, right? So as we can say that just because of these dams we get throughout we get water throughout the year, so we are able to grow crops, wheat, rice, cotton and sugarcane here, right children? And children, Bhakhra Nangal जो dams हैं, these dams they are just, their reservoir is you can say Gobind Sagar is their reservoir where they collect water. behind the dam. Right, children? So let's read about Ganga Basin. The Ganga Basin is most important basin, children. Originate from Gangotri Glacier. देव प्रयाग से गंगा जो है निकलती है, and Gangotri, that's why it is called Gangotri Glacier, and it originates from where? From Dev Prayag. Children, Dev Prayag is also famous for guavas also. It is very famous for guavas. And Ganga's tributaries are Yamuna, Gomti, Ghagra, Gandak, Kosi and Son. That means these all rivers get mixed with Ganga river when they come down. Right? Sangam. Sangam is the place, children, where Ganga and Yamuna meet. Or you can say when Yamuna joins Ganga, at which place Yamuna and Ganga meet near Allahabad, this area or that point is called Sangam. Right? It is our pilgrimage also, children. Ganga flows in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal. These three states are very, you can say very important because or you can say their plains, their mostly plains are made by this river Ganga. And children, when it just enters in east side, or you can say when it enters in West Bengal and Bangladesh, it splits into two branches. First go into Bangladesh and second joins Brahmaputra and flow into the Bay of Bengal. Children, in Bangladesh, when Ganga enters in Bangladesh, its name is Padma, and when it enters in Bengal, as I am saying that it splits into two branches. ईस्ट साइड में जाके ये टू ब्रांचेस में टूट जाती है, एंड वन गोज इनटू बांग्लादेश एंड that is there it is called Padma, and in Bengal it is called Hooghly river. So Ganga is named differently in different languages, or you can say in different areas. And other one joins Brahmaputra and flows into the Bay of Bengal. Children, Narmada and Tapi are the two rivers that flow from east to west and fall into the Arabian Sea. And all these rivers flow towards east and flow into the Bay of Bengal, right? Now come to the Brahmaputra basin. Brahmaputra basin originates near Mansarovar Lake in Tibet, right? And Brahmaputra is called Sangpo there. In Tibet, Brahmaputra is called Sangpo, like Ganga. Brahmaputra is also called with a different name, Sangpo. Then it enters in Assam. Then Brahmaputra river come to the Assam, and children, most of the part of Assam, or you can say Brahmaputra is a boon for Assam. Largest delta is made by the Ganga and Brahmaputra, named Sundarbans. Children, remember, largest delta in India is made by Ganga and Brahmaputra, named Sundarban. Children, why this name is given Sundarban? Ban means forest. Ban means forest. And Sundar means children, in these forests tree grows in a large number, that is called Sundari. So because of that tree's name, after that tree name, these forests are given name as Sundarbans. Because children, because of the so fertile land and so much of water, there are dense forests called Sundarbans. Right, children? So go through this video once and just remember the origins of these basins. We will meet in the next part of this chapter, Northern Plains, as there is parts are left, which part or which state we include in Northern Plains. So we will study in next lecture. So bye bye, children.